most people have heard of their DNA, but epigenetics is your behaviour and the way that you respond to your DNA.
Hello and welcome to our Meet the Coach podcast. I'm your host, Carla Egan, and today we're talking to the lovely Jenni Lim, a Creatrix coach and an experienced wellness leader. She's got nearly 60 years of experience in these industries. Jenni is the founder of REJENU and joins us from Point Lonsdale in Victoria. Welcome to our Meet the Coach podcast, Jenni.
Thank you, Carla. It's a pleasure to be here.
Now, today we're exploring a particular coaching methodology called Creatrix. And I know that you're very passionate about it and that it only works for women, which is really fascinating. So I'd love to start there if I can and just ask you to explain what Creatrix is and why it only applies to women.
That fascinated me too, Carla. As you said, I've had 60 years experience in a lot, that's from my parenting, my parents as well, in this wellness field. And I found that a lot of things that I had brought in, the modalities that I had brought into my business working with people, actually worked on the male brain. And I had no idea. I just thought that we were identical in how our brains responded to fight or flight. So yes, we do respond fight, flight, fright. However, it impacts a different part of our brain, and women tend to cover, smother, nurture in a different way, where men will go into a certain action. So when I heard about Creatrix, I heard about epigenetics and basically what epigenetics is. Most people have heard of their DNA, but epigenetics is your behaviour and the way that you respond to your DNA, and that can be changed by the modality of Creatrix.
I'm madly writing notes down as you're talking because it is one of the latest technologies or the latest methodology of coaching that's coming out right now, Jenni. So for the woman that's listening to us, I mean, their ears are pricking up thinking, oh, there's a coaching method just for women. Can you give us an example of how this might work in a woman's life, in their everyday life, or a common problem that perhaps you see as a coach?
Well, with the modalities that I've used, and I've even developed something myself back in 2005, and, working on the mindset and working around that, which is fantastic, and it certainly goes in and changes people at the base level. But what I found with Creatrix, and when I was inquiring about it, why is it different? What can I expect from it? The answers were so beautiful and made me sit back and go, that's exactly what I want to hear as a woman. They're not going to change your values. They're not going to, using Creatrix is not going to change all of that is your core. But what it actually does is gives you this strength from inside that you knew you had, but you didn't know actually how to access it. Is probably the best way. Situations will still be the same. The way you react and respond will be different, but from a different level. I think that's an amazing way that I found the changes for myself, because I had done so many things, and the outcome of this was on me, but I don't even want to say a better version of me or a stronger version of me. It was far greater than that. I knew who I was on such a level that I couldn't explain.
Jenni, I know you as a coach for many years now, and I know you've got lots of degrees and credentials around coaching and wellness. What drew you to Creatrix? Because I understand that you went there first as a woman and then understood what the power of it, and then decided to gain even further credentials in your coaching to become a practitioner yourself. Tell us a little bit more about your journey there.
Thank you, Carla. Look, I had scenarios in my life that unfortunately aren't uncommon today. I went through a breakup of a marriage after 35 years that I really wasn't expecting. I got collected by a truck at 100 kilometres an hour in my car, and I broke a leg while playing with a grandchild on a swing, and all in a 5-year period. And I went and researched to see what I could do around this trauma. The things that I learned was something along the lines of gaslighting, and I'm not sure if people have heard of that yet. And I did my research and went into depth, and it came from a movie, Gaslighting, in 1944, where basically the gas was turned down on the light so that the person thought they were going crazy. And it's not just a male-female scenario. We can, as a society, gaslight women. We can, as women, emasculate men, and that is another form of gaslighting. But what I found about the gaslighting was that it takes away your strength of character. What it does is it makes you doubt yourself, and you second guess yourself all the time, and you don't feel in control. And there's little things that you do where you go, I'm sure that's not how it happened, or I must be wrong. There's such a good, kind person, I must be wrong. So it actually makes you second guess yourself. And through Creatrix, and not working on gaslighting particularly or anything like that, that's what I love about Creatrix. You're not actually working on it, on anything in particular. There's no tears. There's no going over anything of your history. It's nothing like that. It's a very gentle, kind, nurturing way, but it's a strength in it as well, where you come out so strong on the other side, and a real trust between you and your Creatrix facilitator, because that's all they're doing, is facilitating you getting to where you want to be.
It is a very different approach to, other methods of self-growth or getting over trauma. And I'm curious to learn more about it offline, Jenni, especially, and we'll put the movie reference up in the show notes for those that might be interested in looking at that 1944 movie about where gaslighting started. Jenni, my last question to you, as a coach, what does it mean being part of the coaching directory? What does it mean for you and your business?
Carla, it actually means a lot, and that's why I decided to come into this wonderful group of people, because we are in a time where we do want to gain wisdom from other areas when we know that we're not quite sure what to do. And what I love about the coaching directory is that you get matched with the right person for your needs at the time, because sometimes you don't even know what you actually need, but you know that there's something for you to keep being accountable in your world and being the best version of you and stepping into you and having somebody hold your hand so that you're able to do that, and to be matched with somebody who meets those needs of what you're looking for, that you may not know what you're looking for, you just know you need something. And the reason that I went in and joined in the coaching directory is because we all work as a team. Everybody needs different things at different times. Just like if you have children, which I have 5 of and 11 grandchildren, they all have different needs at different stages of their growth. And it's exactly the same when you're moving through your adult world and what's happening in your life. So the coaching directory to me meant that I could be there, and the people who were ready for my form of coaching could be matched with me, and we can have the discussion from there.
Lovely. Thank you for your wonderful, kind words on the coaching directory, Jenni. And it brings us to the end of our podcast today. And our discussion today and your passion, your focus on Creatrix as a coaching methodology actually just shows the diversity of the breadth of coaches and their niches and what they focus on within the coaching directory. And I know that you're really passionate about what you do, as you wouldn't have gone and got credentials, because I know you've got dozens of them. But, you know, I love your passion for the wellness industry and for women's health. And thanks for shining a spotlight on Creatrix for the women that are listening that actually may not even be aware that this is available.
That's a pleasure, Carla. Anytime.
And if you're keen to dive deeper into the wonderful world of coaching and personal development, then please subscribe to our newsletter. And if you enjoyed today's podcast, please rate and review us, and be sure to catch us in the next episode. This is Carla Egan, your host from the Coaching Directory, where we connect you to your ideal coach.